Hello, Mum. Hello, Dad. You know that girl you thought you had? The girl's a boy, but don't feel bad. His happiness should make you glad. I was born this way. Born what way? Am I bi or straight or gay? Pendulums swing both ways. Where will I end up today? 'Cause life is never quite as straight as it seems. When you've worked it out, then you switch teams. So many labels, so many terms, the more you look, the deeper it turns. LGBTQIA, situational fluidity. I'm a demisexual, pan-romantic, polyamorous androgyne. Sitting in the middle of the gradient line, I'm an LGBT Frankenstein. Life is never quite as straight as it seems. When you've worked it out, then you switch teams. So come on, let's see. What might there be to label someone like me? Well, there's lesbian and gay and bisexual and queer, pangender, transgender, demigender, androgyne, transsexual, two-spirited, andro, neutral, listigender, xenogender, aporogender, quad, bigender, aliagender, agender, intersex? Or maybe I'm just questioning genderqueer. Where does that fit on the Kinsey scale? Or the Klein sexual orientation grid? Maybe I'm just straight after all. And it's all just a phase. I don't think so. 'Cause life is never quite as straight as it seems. When you've worked it out, then you switch teams. Hello everybody, my name's Jessica Rowbottom. I am the single sole member of the band called The Bleeding Obvious, in the same way that wandering makes a round, one aeroplane makes an airline. And this is a locked down session from Renthorpe Palladium, aka mine and my wife's dining room. Now, I'm a genderqueer lesbian, it's out there. And when I first came out, I got asked all these sorts of questions. But one of the things that people used to say was, it's all right by me. As though they were sort of giving you permission. Which I always thought was quite a bit of a fun thing, really. You know, we give you permission to be gay, as though they even had control over it. Anyway, your permission is not required. Acknowledgement would be nice. Recognition is essential for me to live my life. Your agreement is not needed. Understanding would be good. Comprehension's not a given to recognise my womanhood. My biology's not your business, but still you scrutinise. Decide whether I'm pink or blue based on what's between my thighs. Your reasoning is flawed, 'cause it's not so black and white. My gender, my identity, they're my basic human rights. But the sermons of hate come thick and fast, a second wave debate pulled from the past. Gender critical political class, I find your misogynist arguments crass. So next time that you lie down in front of the parade, or post offensive stickers, or shout offensive names, when I next need the bathroom, and let's face it, we all do, I'd like to not get attacked again, 'cause I need to go to the loo. And let's face it, we all need to go to the loo. Very true, right? So, I did all these songs about coming out and everything, but my own epiphany happened in Leeds. It happened in a drag bar. And I sat there in this drag bar in Leeds, surrounded by all these people, and thought, okay, this is who I am, might as well get on with it. And it took me quite a long time to get to that resolution. She stands on the edge of the scene, watching the stage and the drag queens melt in the background of the bar. Time for someone else to be the star. No need to feel abandoned, dancing slowly to the disco beat. No need to get much closer, keep your distance, bask in the heat. She sips her rum and coke, remembers the day she was in on the joke. Build the walls, hide within, must be happy in her skin. No longer the talk of the party, curious questions on constant repeats. Stay away from arms of strangers, nothing more than a peck on the cheek. On the edges, watching from the shadows, just like a wallflower. On the sidelines, searching for the borders, like a wallflower. On the edges, watching from the shadows, just like a wallflower. On the sidelines, searching for the borders, like a wallflower. Like a wallflower. Like a wallflower. And so I had this epiphany. Where I was, and that was how Wallflower came about. Of course, as time goes on, you find the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, don't you? And I found, I was very lucky to find my wife, Helen. And I became, rather than a demisexual, panromantic, polyamorous androgyne, I became a monogamous lesbian. And this is a song about being a monogamous lesbian. Sitting in a bar near Soho Square, boy meets girl, confident air, buys a drink and that's where it ends. Gotta get going, no time for boyfriends. I know where I'd rather be, lying together, you and me, 'cause there's plenty of guys around the world. And you know me, I'm a one-girl girl. There's plenty of guys around the world. And you know me, I'm a one-girl girl. Strolling down the street, everyone I meet, boy meets girl, and that's kinda sweet. Me, I ain't got time for no guys. Relations like that don't give me butterflies. I know where I'd rather be, lying together, you and me. And there's plenty of guys around the world. You know me, I'm a one-girl girl. There's plenty of guys around the world. You know me, I'm a one-girl girl. And there's plenty of dudes, if you know what I mean. But I don't dig that kind of scene when there's plenty of guys around the world. You know me. Who's your one-girl girl? So that's One Girl Girl. A lot of these that I'm writing, by the way, these are acoustic versions. This is an acoustic show. I have electronic versions that include disco beats and things. But I thought, this is Rhubarb Radio. This is a nice, intimate setting. So, it's just me and you in your home listening to the radio or watching on social media if you happen to be doing that. And I thought, well, we'll have something a little bit different. You can catch me doing big electric shows from Renthorpe Palladium, which if you actually Google for Renthorpe Palladium, you'll find the first one on YouTube, and you can come and see the second one. Come and see the second one as well. Just keep an eye on my Facebook page for that. Look for the Bleeding Obvious. So we're in Pride season. A lot of the Pride parades this year have been cancelled, haven't they? Or postponed or gone online. I've just had the wonderful privilege of performing for Virtual Bradford Pride, which is the first ever virtual Pride. The Prides, to me, when they're actually running, sort of sit into three categories, one of which is the venue-sponsored Prides, which are the ones that are basically lots and lots of alcohol and a load of drag queens. Fine for some people, great. Fill your booze. There's the big music festival Prides, which pay a bigger name act to come and do a performance, and that big performance is that big performance costs an awful lot of money and doesn't seem to do a massive amount for LGBT rights. And then you get little community prides, and they're brilliant. They're absolutely the best because it's a lot of people trying their best in the middle of a park, and they're usually the most fun ones. Of course, the first Pride that I went to, first big Pride that I went to, was in a large city in the UK. I'm not going to name it. And there were tourists there, and I remember one tourist saying, overhearing them and saying, "Oh, you can tell the ones that aren't gay because they can't dance." And to those sort of people, I say, I can't dance, and I don't care. Sequin dress and stilettos, pants people had the moves. I got scars of years gone by, but I'm still singing the same tunes. I fancy this, she fancies that, don't give a second thought. Come and have a dance sometime, let's see what you got. Did my confidence disturb you as I sashay across the floor? I've been through battles and wars and more, but I ain't keeping score. I'll stand up and be counted, balls to them all, 'cause no one needs to have you back when your back's against the wall. And you say that I can't dance? Well, I don't care. You tell me I can't dance? Well, I don't care. Ain't holding out for a hero, 'cause sweetheart, I'm my own. Tell me I can't carry on, well, baby, your cover's blown. Oh yeah, 'cause you're an ally, 'cause you're curious who I'm kissing. Well, I'm here to remind you just what you could be missing when seduced by sparkling rainbows. Well, the queers know where it's at, but I'm not yet into fantasy, and you won't bell this cat. And I know it's complicated, and I'm a paradox, but hella, baby, I might be broken, but I'm a total fox. And you say that I can't dance? Well, I don't care. You tell me I can't dance. Well, I don't care. I'm having fun, I ain't sorry. Whatever you might think when you're turning up at Pride and you're pretending that you're pink. Your privilege is showing through the thin veneer, but I see people of your vintage around here every year when you're standing on the sidelines and you're caught up in the cheers. Or did I hear that wrong, and was it actually a sneer? And I might not fit your ideals and what your cliches say, but screw your expectations. I'm proud this way. And so you say that I can't dance? Well, I don't care. You tell me I can't dance? Well, I don't care. And usually, when I do this, there's a banging disco track behind me, so when I run it as an analog sort of acoustic session, I sort of get a bit confused around this point, because I'm not quite sure what to do. Ooh, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love, I feel love. Of course, I can't really do any more than that, because I have to go up a minor third, and it's a lot harder to do this, a minor third above, on the piano, like that. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want to be able to go on holiday, perhaps, with my wife in better times, to one of the 72 different countries in the world where homosexuality is still an illegal act. And I'd like to not risk getting locked up because I'm holding hands with my wife. I'd like to actually go to maybe one of the 17 different countries in the world where homosexuality is still punishable by death. Come to think of it, it'd be nice to drive down Scarborough seafront without some idiot in a Vauxhall Corsa winding his window down and yelling, "Chuffing lasers!" Because obviously, Lesbian Recognition 101 is the single GCSE he got at school. So you say that I can't dance? Well, I don't care. Thank you. And so, this is my final song. We get to the end of this, don't we? Older things come to an end, and this is the song that I generally finish a set with, and it's a song for everybody who is at the moment sad, depressed, disenfranchised, and is in lockdown. And the best thing we can do amidst all of this is just put one foot in front of the other. I've yet to meet a person who hadn't been beat by something someone did or said. There will be happy times ahead, sometimes it don't work out. You want to scream and shout, were it easy to be you, then life would be so untrue. Take each day at a time, soon the sun will shine. There's a hill you need to climb, one foot in front of the other. Take each day at a time, you know the sun will shine. Life won't always be sublime, one foot in front of the other. I've yet to learn of someone who didn't U-turn collateral along the road in a manic depressive episode. When it don't check out, stop, work it out, perhaps out of the blue. They'll see a different side of you, and take each day at a time. Soon the sun will shine, there's a hill you need to climb, one foot in front of the other. Take each day at a time, Soon the sun will shine, life won't always be sublime. One foot in front of the other. My name's Jessica Rowbottom. I'm the single sole member of the Bleeding Obvious. Thank you very much, Andy, and the Rhubarb Radio team for having me. And thank you very much to Ben, who's been on the desk doing this for me. And to everybody out there who's struggling, and there's a lot of you. Take each day at a time, soon the sun will shine, life won't always be sublime. One foot in front of the other, take each day at a time. You know the sun will shine, there's a hill you need to climb. One foot in front of the other. And life is never quite as straight as it seems. Thanks very much for having me.